Hello Southwest New Brunswick, I'm Vicki Hogarth and today I'm joined by Paul Nopper, Clerk for the Town of St. Andrews, to get an update on how the town is responding to COVID-19. Thanks for joining me today, Paul.
Well, thank you, Vicki. It's a pleasure to be here as well. And to the community of the town of St. Andrews and all of Charlotte County, we want to thank everybody for their volunteer efforts in participating in the community. I've never seen such a volume of support from everybody. So on behalf of the town and council, we thank you for your participation within this, especially to our good partners, the Kiwanis, and to our retail outlets and pharmacies and everybody for really participating and going forward with this. It's a group effort, so we all need to work together on this.
A big shout out to all the locals working in jobs performing essential services right now. It's really great to see us all coming together and performing our roles, whether that's in service or just by staying at home.
Exactly, and I mean that's the most important thing, is understanding that we're all under different stresses at this point, and everybody just needs to take a breath, create your social distances, and remember we're all working together on this. And again, you know, we've got the hardworking people in the grocery stores, in our pharmacies, providing these services. So, you know, bear with the situations, and we'll get through this together. So I just want to touch on a couple of points, if you don't mind, specifically when we're looking at the state of emergency. So we understand that was called this week. Premier Higgs did pass that along, that this is now a necessity that people do stay isolated. And this is where the town and our partner groups with the Kiwanis and other volunteers are really coming into play. We do encourage those that are isolated or that are vulnerable sectors, so those 65 and up, or anybody that just doesn't want to leave the home, we have services available to you. So please don't hesitate to call the town office. We're organizing and spearheading the lead on this. We are the main communication body when dealing with COVID-19. So give us a call at 506-529-5120, or you can email me, Paul Nopper, so PNOPPER at townofstandrews.ca, and we'll get you on the list. So if you're interested in being on the vulnerable sector list, we do check-ins daily, you know, by every few days, whatever really is convenient to you. Same with the self-isolation. We understand that people are in quarantine, and we want to make sure we can get to you, make sure you're okay, and friends and family, check on everybody. That's the important part about this. And we will be building into more services as it comes. But I do want to also touch on a couple of other key aspects here that people need to understand, is the rules that are coming out, especially when we're dealing with hand hygiene, environmental cleaning. So especially in your homes, clean all your high-touch surfaces, you know, light fixtures, your cell phones, your phones, the TV remote. That's probably one of the biggest catchers. So make sure you're following those regulations. And check out our website at the townofstandrews.ca. We've got a lot of great information on COVID and everything from like cleaning supplies or links to how you can make your own disinfectants if you start running out. So it is important that we are constantly keeping up with our cleaning supplies and maintaining that stature there. The other point I would like to touch on is accurate information. So as a community, these things do happen where rumors or innuendo comes out and people start getting a little, you know, on edge. What we request from people is, you know, if you were looking for the most accurate information, check your local government websites, check your provincial sites, and check your federal sites. We're all working together in this, and with the lead of the public health agencies, we couldn't ask for a better cooperation. So we're really working hard with our emergency services, the public health operations, and, you know, if we can all band together and follow the regulations, we'll all get through this together.
Can you speak a little bit? We were talking the other day. Definitely rumors are going to be coming about here and there, but you did speak with the Public Health Agency to hear that if we do have a cluster in town that is unrelated to travel, we will be notified. So anyone who is worried about having cases in the community when we're at a state, maybe you could speak to that, Paul.
Yeah, so within the process of the health agency, the province is actually developed into 4 different zones. And from those zones right now, they're identifying those that have either presumptive cases or confirmed cases, and they're designated by zone. Within the steps of the emergency procedures, if we start to see large clusters or clustering of community transmission through non-travel related persons, that's when they'll start delineating more information down to us saying, saying, okay, it's more into this region or this area, and that's at that point, that's when they'll start notifying more towards that. But at this point, we're really looking at just the zones and the regions, and there are only 4 zones. And from what I've been told, and this came directly from the EMO and public health, at this point in Charlotte County, there are no cases identified. So all we can ask everybody is just to be cautious and again, follow your social distancing, follow your hand hygiene cleaning procedures, 20 seconds washing with soap and warm water. Those are the ways that we're going to be able to protect not just ourselves, your families, but the rest of the community.
So for anyone who is worried about rumors, you're being as transparent as possible. This is what you know.
And that's just it. So again, when you're trying to find information, check our social media, check our website, and don't hesitate to check the provincial sites for coronavirus or the federal. You're going to find a lot of information that's been coming out, especially not just for the prevention, but for small business, you know, your EI claims for anybody that is in those retail sectors that are getting hit hard right now. Please use the services available. That's why they're here, and we would really encourage everyone to reach out and you know, build from there.
You've been doing an amazing job with the town, Paul, keeping people updated, and I would recommend go on the town's website and sign up for their daily email updates, because it's really useful. There's many a day, so thank you.
Yeah. So when we do it, when you do sign up, any events or any postings that hit our site actually get sent to you. So it's rapid information. You're getting the most up-to-date information. When I get it out to the community very quickly. So in that grand scheme, please follow our information and our websites. It is the most accurate information that is available and fresh. And if anybody has questions, concerns, comments, please call the town office. We're more than happy to come out and you know, give you the information as much as possible. And if you have a question we can't answer, we'll find it for you.
Mm-hmm. As much as this is a worldwide crisis, we're definitely seeing the silver lining is realizing you live in such a wonderful community. Most of us already knew that. Yeah.
And I mean, for just recently starting here, I'm so impressed with how the community has come together and banded. It's probably one of the best attributes this area has is, you know, we're all friendly, we're all like to help our neighbors, and especially in this time of crisis and crisis prevention, this is the perfect opportunity to see how we shine best. So thank you St. Andrews, thank you Charlotte County. This is an extremely important situation, and we're taking the right time to take care of each other.
Thanks, Paul. St. Andrews certainly is lighting the way for other communities to take inspiration from during the COVID-19 crisis. My next guest is Guy Groulx, town councillor for the town of St. Andrews, as well as a member of the local Kiwanis Club. He's also one of the organizers of the local home free delivery service. Guy, can you tell me a little bit about how this got started and what it entails?
Well, this whole process started less than 2 weeks ago. And there was, as we saw the COVID-19 crisis evolving, there was a sense that there was something that the town could be doing and should be doing to assist. And the Kiwanis Club and the town of St. Andrews collaborated, and they started a partnership. At first it was a partnership between the town and the Kiwanis Club, but very quickly it's grown into a community effort with almost 50 volunteers willing to help their neighbors. So the town of St. Andrews right now is, they have set up the organizational structure, the process, the safety protocols, and acts as a point of contact for the public. So at this point, the town of St. Andrews is offering free home delivery of groceries and medicines, daily check-ins with vulnerable people or anybody who's feeling isolated and worried or stressed, and registration of check-ins from those who are going into self-isolation. And we know in this town there's a number of people who have come back from vacation that are in self-isolation. And if you know of any of these people, please contact the town at 529-5120 so we can put them on our list, so we can check with them every 3 days to make sure they have the essentials so that they don't come out of self-isolation. We've been working very, very closely with Joey's Independent Grocers and with Cockburn's Pharmacy, and they have been fantastic in establishing the delivery process and making sure that things happen. In fact, the grocery store staff will do the shopping for you, in effect. So the town is really being proactively involved in checking with vulnerable people, in ensuring that we know who the people that are in self-isolation are, and checking with them to make sure that they have everything they need. So I think in a nutshell, this is a really good example of how municipalities can play a part in helping curb the spread of COVID-19 and helping keep our citizens safe. St. Andrews, as I said, we've developed the processes, the safety protocols. We have the experience now. We are more than willing to share that with any other municipality that wants it. And if they want to start similar programs, they can call our town hall at 529-5120, and we'll be more than glad to assist them.
Now, does that number work for, say, people feel they would like to help volunteering? Can they call that number as well?
Absolutely. We're at a stage right now where we're not sure where the crisis is going to take us. We're very conscious of volunteer fatigue. We don't want to overstress the volunteers. We definitely want to limit everyone's exposure. We may get to a point, if the crisis persists for a long period of time, that we may have to provide some assistance to the grocery store to go do that shopping for people and to stack the bins and possibly man the phone lines. So yes, additional volunteers, again, they can call that number if they wish to volunteer their time.
Now, I understand that this group in the town have been a part of safety training even. This is new territory that we're in, but we have to figure out how to do it safely pretty quickly.
Absolutely. We are in uncharted territory. But we have to do it safely. We've established very stringent safety protocols. We have had a training session with our volunteers already that are going to be doing deliveries. We are taping a training session, which we're going to make available to our volunteers online so they can refresh their training as they go. But safety is a very, very important parameter here, not only to keep our volunteers safe, but to keep the people who are receiving the deliveries safe.
How many deliveries have you done so far, and is that number growing every day?
We started doing deliveries on Wednesday. We had 2 deliveries Wednesday. We only put the posters out on Wednesday, so that's understandable. Thursday we had 4 deliveries. Yesterday we had 11 deliveries, so we can see the number ramping up. We have established 3 shifts that are capable of delivering 20 bins of groceries each. So as the demand ramps up, we will put more shifts on. We have the ability to add an additional delivery time, which will increase our capacity to over 100 bins a day. So we have the capability of delivering groceries to people in town. So please make use of the service. There's one more thing I would stress is we are in unprecedented times. And the advice from our health officials and from the Premier is stay at home. So I would say think about the grocery store staff, think about the healthcare professionals, think about the vulnerable people, think about your neighbors, and most importantly, think about your family. If you go out of your home and you catch this virus, it could have serious repercussions. So please, stay at home, make use of this service. It's available, so there's really no excuse to go out, do your groceries, get your medicine. You can stay at home.
And also there are snowbirds coming home still, and if you know of any, maybe contact them before they even land in Canada to see if they have a safe way back from the airport. If you need to, don't pick them up, but find a way to drop their car and their keys off that keeps them isolated, brings them right home, and then refer them to this delivery service so that they aren't going out in public right away. That's another safe thing to remember. Thank you, Guy, for joining me today, and thank you for enlightening us. I think that will be a role model for other communities. And do you have any last advice for other communities looking to set up a service as successful as this one has already been?
Well, I would say for the other communities, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We've done a lot of the groundwork for you. Give us a call. We will give you the documentation we have, and we will provide you with the information you need to get started.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.